Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the B2 Show, and as always, I am Dan.
And I'm Brandon.
How you doing?
Doing all right. We both had a day off here, so it actually worked out.
It usually doesn't work out quite that way.
No, it does not. Normally we work alternating schedules, so
Yeah, normally you have the day off, and I get to come home straight from work to do this, which is always fun.
The last episode.
Yeah, where I had to be to work at 5 a.m. and then come straight home to record this.
Yeah, and I told you I appreciated it, so.
Well, you should. All right, so what do we got as far as, our usual housekeeping for the day?
So our usual housekeeping, I have to correct myself because I set up my calendar for work, which popped Saturday and Sunday first. So last episode I talked about the Belding Beatnik Bazaar. Unfortunately, I gave the wrong dates, so throw the dates from the last episode out. So the correct dates are September 14th. So we're about 2 weeks out from that. And then the last one is October 12th. Jeez Louise.
Thought you were making up a new month there.
No. October 12th. So the bazaar, if you haven't been listening and this is your first episode that you're listening to, go back to the other ones and listen to what the bazaar is about. No, I'm just kidding. The bazaar is basically a farmer slash, I don't like saying flea market, but it's a craft show slash farmer's market. So we have people that bring produce. We also have people that bring jewelry. We have people that bring chocolate tipped cheesecake. We have people that bring woodworking crafts, blankets, all sorts of stuff that you could ever want. You can find it down at the bazaar. So that is, again, the next coming one is September 14th. It's from 9 to 1 at the Gathering Place in Belding, Michigan, which is on the corner of Main and the cross street that I just threw out the window. It's if you look for the Belding Library, Alvin and Belding Library, we are set up to the lot just to the east of that, so you should be able to find us. We're pretty big. We started about 5 years ago with 5 vendors, and now we're upwards over 100 vendors on this lot, so pretty big. Stop by and check us out. And then the second of which that I always like to mention, of course, is Tailwaggers Pet Rescue. They are an amazing rescue from Wyoming, Michigan. They actually just brought a transport back Labor Day, so Sydney and I now have 7 little dachshund mixed pups right now.
7?
7.
That's a lot.
So they're little. The black ones look like labs, but they have little stubby legs because they're wiener dog mixes. And so these guys will be available for adoption here probably within the next month or so. They have to get fixed, and we microchip them, spay and neuter, microchip, all up to date on their shots and stuff like that. So when you get a dog from the rescue, they're completely up to date. So that's one thing nice about the rescue. And the Tailwagger Pet Rescue is actually partnering with the bazaar for the October 12th show. So the October 12th show is going to be called Howlween.
That's clever. I get it.
Yeah. And so Tailwaggers is going to be down there as well as Cannonsville Critters. So if you're looking to add a pretty little friend, either a cat or a dog, to your family, I know Tailwaggers is going to be doing adoptions right from the bazaar there. So come check us out down there. We will be accepting donations for the rescue as well. Right now the rescue has a little girl. Actually, my wife and I have her too. Her name's Pam. She has to have a pretty costly surgery to correct some bladder issues with her. So
that's no fun.
So rescue is raising money for that dog as well. If you're interested, come check us out on Facebook, which, Dan?
So, yeah, Facebook. We got a couple of them to throw out here. For this podcast, the Facebook page is facebook.com/the B2 Show.
Yep.
We also have our B2 Gaming one, which I believe is just facebook.com/b2gaming.
Yeah, I can't remember if we set up a URL or not.
Yeah, that one you might just have to
Search.
search B2 Gaming. And then as far as Facebook's for our own, like kind of personal pages stuff, you can find me facebook.com/gimmicksplays. That's GIMIXXPLAYS. For Brandon, facebook.com/KilboFraggin, KILBOFRAGGIN. We also Twitch, which those are for Twitch, me, which is, sorry, I'm trying to read this off my phone.
Twitch.tv/the_gimmicks, I believe, for you.
Yes. And then your own, so you can say that too.
Yeah, mine is twitch.tv/KilboFraggin. It's kind of hard.
Yeah. And Twitter, you don't even really use your Twitter, do you?
Not a whole lot, but I am on there from time to time. So mine is twitter.com/KilboFraggin_B2 because KilboFraggin was already taken.
Probably
somehow.
by you at some point in the past.
Probably, yeah.
You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/the_gimmicks. Yep. I've been trying to use mine more lately.
Yeah.
It's not going so well, but you can also find us on YouTube, which if you search YouTube, B2 Gaming,
yep,
you'll find us there. We have a couple of older clips from some games and some videos that we've done, and also uploading all of these episodes there as well.
Yeah, so we're uploading the episodes. We also have a couple videos that we recorded that we still have to get edited.
Do absolutely anything with.
So,
yeah.
We apologize. I mean, we say it every time, and our schedules just keep changing and changing and changing. So I think after we record here, Dan and I will sit down and kind of come up with a schedule here for the next few weeks so that we can actually, if I commit to it, I'll show up. But if it's just like a
loose kind of, hey, we should do this.
It's more of a, yep. And then I get home and I'm like, nope. I'm out. So
yeah.
I will also put a link up to Tailwaggers on all of our social media too, in case anybody wants to check them out as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the bazaar.
Yeah. So anything else for housekeeping?
I don't think so. I think that's it. And
you excited for this part?
I'm scared.
So this is only our second episode.
Yes.
Where we've featured a taste test,
mm-hmm.
and we already have one sent in.
Yes. So I appreciate. Was it
Danny?
That's what I thought. So Danny has been with us.
She would drop into our streams all the time.
Yeah. And so your support is greatly appreciated, and hopefully coming from me and not Dan, because Dan and you go a little bit back. A ways. I appreciate it. I'm deathly terrified of what's inside this box, though.
Yeah. So as you're listening to this, Danny, you know what you sent. He does not. I know what you sent. Yeah. He does not.
Yeah. I'm scared.
So I've spent the past week just messing with him.
He has.
Just screwing with his head.
I thought it was. I think yesterday I was like, "Oh, is it gonna be like chocolate covered
you asked
crickets?"
About see, that wouldn't be that bad though. I mean, it probably wouldn't taste great, but I don't think that would be too much of like a mental thing for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But
spiders? Is there a spider in the box?
Do you really think that if it was spiders, I would be anywhere near it?
No.
So no.
Okay.
So.
Oh God.
You ready?
Yeah.
Your face right now is making me very happy.
Good.
Just sheer terror.
I mean, he's not wrong. So, and I feel like you're taking as long as possible to pull this outside of the box.
I'm actually just struggling to get it open right now.
Well, if you need to take a second, I can.
Doing it one-handed.
I can fill in with some jazz flute.
Almost got it. Almost got it.
Oh God.
Here we go. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just let you take a couple. I'm not gonna tell you what they are.
Oh God.
Well, you'll probably see what they are, but you won't be able to know what.
Do they have walnuts in them?
No.
Okay, because I'm allergic to walnuts. So.
You are.
Yeah.
Double check that thing. I don't think so.
No.
You'll be able to tell what they are.
Yeah. I mean, even if this podcast ends shortly, just know that
Just
Dan's
abruptly.
rushing me to the hospital as we
Yeah.
speak. So
Or I'm just taking a nap while I debate if I should or not.
yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, it's a chip.
it's a chip.
Yep. But what flavor? I'm not
Okay.
gonna tell you.
Alrighty.
So
I'm kind of scared,
you
but
should be.
okay.
Okay. First of all, giant ass bag.
Okay.
Um,
Oh God.
So I'm gonna set those right there in the center of the table.
Alrighty. I'm gonna take a few, I guess. I don't know why.
So
Woo.
you drop in stuff all over my table, and so we're gonna. What's it smell like?
It smells like barbecue.
That's what it smells like.
It's what it smells like. I don't know what it. You said what it smelled like, and then now I'm scared. All right.
Okay. So.
All right. So here we go. If I die, it's been nice knowing you.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh God. It tastes like barbecue.
Those are actually super good barbecue chips.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
So where did these come from?
Hold on. I got a box stuck in a box.
Got a little bit of
A little
afterbite
bit of
on
a
it,
kick to it,
but it's
yeah.
not bad.
Sorry for that. That was right on my mic stand. That's right on the mic stand again.
Yeah.
So this is what it is.
So we'll have to.
Grippos barbecue.
No.
Grippo. Grippo. Grippo.
Yupos. Yuppos?
No.
Yuppos. Grippos.
It's a G.
Grippos.
Yeah, Danny sent these because she said these were like some of the greatest barbecue potato chips she's ever had, and
I
they
mean,
are
I don't
really
think
good.
they're. Yeah, I don't think she's wrong.
No. But no, I just built
Where
up all
does-
the suspense to be an asshole.
Where
But,
does Danny live?
Ohio,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
So not too far.
If I'm wrong, I feel like an asshole, and I'm sorry.
Huh.
That
Yeah.
was loud.
Not bad at all.
No, those have a bit of a kick to them, though. Don't
Yeah,
they?
afterbite, but
Yeah,
they're good.
That's good. I'm not usually a big barbecue.
I am. Yeah. Out of 10, what would you rate those?
Honestly, I'm gonna give those like an 8.
It's weird every week. Like the last week you said 4, I was gonna say 4, I was gonna say 8. Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
I would
those-
definitely recommend these.
Yeah, definitely. That's not my recommendation for the episode, which I still gotta come up with. Hopefully this doesn't make too much noise as I pull these chips away.
Probably will,
I
but
apologize.
they're good.
Those are really
We will keep those in the studio
giant
here.
It's like what, a pound and a half bag of chips.
Yeah, we'll keep them in the studio for a snack because those are good.
Yeah, those are amazing. Although if you keep them in the studio, which is also my gaming room, they ain't gonna last very long.
Well, that's fine. I'll just stop by after work every day.
Just grab a handful on your way home.
Hey, get me the Ziploc bag full.
Zippy.
Zippy.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Now on to the episode main portion of it.
Normally it's called topic.
Topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I do apologize if I kind of pause because I'm reading it off my phone because my laptop was dead because I did not think ahead and charge it.
You're fine.
So
this is Dan's topic today, so
yes.
I'm interested. I haven't heard anything about it.
So first thing I'm gonna do is I have a little audio clip to play here. It's about a 2-minute clip. It's just like a quick little snippet of a news thing that has kind of some of the information, just kind of a lead in.
Okay.
So hopefully this won't be too loud.
We'll see.
So if this blows out anybody's eardrums while they're listening to this, I sincerely apologize.
I do not.
I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit here.
Just a little bit. Christ, that was 5 clicks.
Yeah, it was all the way up.
Oh, okay. Well then, I guess.
All right, here we go. Maybe. Buffering.
Stay tuned on the
Smell
beat.
There we go.
unlike anything you've ever heard before. There are 2 minutes worth of noises, bizarre ones. but very little actual talking. Authorities confirmed the disturbing middle-of-the-night call came from Henry McCabe's cell phone. It was Labor Day, September 7th at 2:28 in the morning. McCabe's worried wife heard the message.
Isn't my cell phone connected?
Minnesota Community Policing Services is a nonprofit agency and acts as a go-between with police and the Liberian community. The leader is trying to help the family make some sense of this recording.
The growls turned to high-pitched moans. So,
Like he's moaning in pain.
like moaning in pain.
The tortured grunts suddenly stop. There is silence. Then someone, either Henry or another person, says, "Stop it."
I try to picture where he was.
So yeah, so that's kind of basically the gist of,
Well, that's interesting.
yeah.
Because at first, the first time that it played, like the very beginning of the clip, I almost thought it sounded like a baby, like crying. And then the second one with the grunts, it almost sounds like he's...
Like a Wookiee.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, he's out in the woods or something and something comes up to him growling, but I'm not sure.
So yeah, I wanted to play that.
Okay. So this is, I'm assuming, the death of Henry McCabe.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's actually the story of Jimmy Hoffa.
Okay.
So,
Buckle in, kids.
all right, so quick, just a kind of a brief background of who Henry McCabe was. Henry McCabe was a 32-year-old Liberian immigrant who worked at the Minnesota Department of Revenue as an auditor in the town of Mounds View, Minnesota. His wife, Karen, and their two daughters were away in California, and then while they were gone, Henry decided to go to a bar/nightclub, which I put bar/nightclub because some of the things I've read came up as nightclub,
Okay.
and some said bar.
Okay.
But from like the picture that I saw of the place, it's definitely more of like a
Bar.
looks more like a dive bar kind of.
Okay.
So yeah, he went out with his two friends, William Kennedy and Calvin Johnson.
Like from the lines? Calvin Johnson?
Probably not.
Okay. All right.
This was on the night of September 7th, 2015. So this one's fairly recent.
Yeah. And obviously we're recording this like 3 days after Labor Day this year, so
Oh
hopefully...
yeah, I never even. That was all planned.
Yeah.
Part of strategic.
I doubt it.
Absolutely not.
No, we knew. I doubt it.
Honestly, I don't even pay enough attention to holidays to like, because I don't get holidays off, so like it never affects me
Right.
except for Christmas.
Yep. Okay.
So, anyway, so that night, shortly before 2 a.m., when the bar closed, they all decided to leave. For some reason, he had asked his friend William Kennedy to drop him off at a Super America gas station in the town of Fridley,
Yeah, I think that's right. Ridley.
which was a couple miles away from where he lived. From my understanding, it's a couple miles like out of the way, like opposite way of where he lived.
So they drove by his house to get to the gas station?
Essentially.
Okay.
So it's a couple miles out of the way from me. And so that is where Kennedy claimed to have dropped him off. That was the last time anyone seen Henry alive. So this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Around 30 minutes, so not long, after they, left the bar, at 2:28 a.m., Henry's wife Karen received a phone call from Henry, and all she could hear was what sounded like Henry screaming in pain, screaming in pain and distress, also claiming that he had been shot. So after hearing this, Karen, I'm not sure. Kareen. Is that what I said the whole time? I don't know. Kareen, there's not
Cream.
an M. Kareem. His wife Kareem. Never mind. So yeah, after hearing this, his wife attempted to call Henry's brother, Tim, but the call went to voicemail, which is where basically those 2 minutes got recorded was on his brother's voicemail. So she
Yeah,
tried to
okay.
like three-way call him so that he
Oh,
could,
gotcha.
kind of. But it went right to the voicemail, so that's how they got the recording, basically.
Okay.
See, the voicemail was described as a high-pitched moaning along with some unexplained growling-like noises.
Mm-hmm.
Just before the call ends, it turns to silence, and then you hear a male voice saying "stop it" before the call ends. The full recording of the voicemail was never released to the public, only snippets.
Why?
I don't know,
Oh, okay.
because I was really looking for the full recording, because
Yeah.
I wanted to hear that.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Definitely.
All right. The police were able to ping Henry's phone and found that by the time of the call, wow, I am struggling
That's okay.
today. That's why I need to do this on a laptop where I can actually
Read.
it. Yeah. At the time of the call, that he was located near Creek View Park in New Brighton, which is approximately 4 miles away from the gas station he was allegedly dropped off at. So that's probably, 20 minutes to get 4 miles?
Yeah, even if you were Usain Bolt, like, I don't think you could even pull that off.
No, you would.
That's okay. Alrighty.
So the police began to right away become suspicious of Kennedy when they looked at surveillance footage and found at the Super America where he allegedly dropped him off at.
Okay.
And basically there was no footage of him dropping him off there. So he did not drop them off at the gas station that he said he did.
Okay.
But
Sorry, I'm just backburning ideas in my head now.
well, you
Continue.
can probably kill that idea because that was a
Coincidence?
miscommunication.
Ah.
Basically, they got the wrong gas station. So he thought he was dropping it off at this one. My guess is that his other friend had probably been drinking a little bit too.
Yeah.
Dropped him off at the wrong gas station,
Okay.
which they did find footage of him dropping him off at that gas station. So, but it was just
Well, that's stupid.
yeah. It was,
Alrighty.
I put that in there just to mess with you for a minute there.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, as it turns out, Kennedy had just gotten the wrong location and dropped him off at a different gas station about 2 miles away, which was found in the footage later. Kennedy also happened to be in possession of Henry's keys that he would clearly need in order to get into his house. So he dropped him off, but had his keys.
Right, but I'm thinking from a bar standpoint, like, if for whatever reason, bars collect keys or whatever, like, so if Henry was there to get shit-faced and they took his keys, and then Kennedy, before they left, collected all the keys and had just forgotten to give Henry his keys, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm
That
pretty
was
sure
just
that's
Probably
what
what
that
happened.
one was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not saying I don't know Kennedy, but I don't know why I'm trying to alibi for him, but continue.
You got like a stake in this thing?
Yeah.
Like, you know Kennedy, good friends?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kennedy also happened to be in possession of Henry's keys that would clearly need in order to get into his house. Their other friend, Calvin Johnson, had also handed in Henry's wallet. So one guy had his keys, one guy had his wallet,
Okay.
which Calvin Johnson claims it kind of the same thing with the keys. He took his wallet to prevent it from buying more drinks.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming he probably had a little bit too many.
Yeah.
So
By the sounds of it.
yeah. So, so this happened on September 7th, I think I said.
Yes.
Okay.
2015 to be exact.
Right. Where did I lost my spot? Okay. November 2nd. A body was found that was proven to be that of Henry McCabe.
Okay.
It was discovered at Rush Lake, New Brighton, approximately 4 miles from the gas station he was dropped off at. So pretty close to where the call was made from.
Okay.
Upon investigation of the body, it was discovered that even though in the voicemail Henry claimed he was shot, they found no gunshot wounds on the body.
Okay.
There was also no signs of foul play. The official cause of death was ruled to be drowning, although investigators said they would not rule out the possibility of suicide, since Henry had apparently been dealing with some personal problems.
Do we know what those personal problems are?
Basically, says recently he bounced a rent check,
Okay.
so he's having some financial issues. He recently received a, excuse me, a bad review at work.
Okay.
Then it says, to this day, it is still not sure exactly what went down that night and what exactly the noises on the voicemail were. So, good news, bad news. Good news is that's all the information I have.
Okay.
Bad news is that's all the information I have.
That's fine. We still got quite a bit. I mean,
yeah, I couldn't really figure out a way to make it any longer
That's
without
fine.
just filling in unnecessary stuff. So that was basically what happened.
so basically what we got is Henry was out with some friends drinking, which apparently he shouldn't be if he bounced a check, but
Right.
regardless, he was out with some friends drinking, got a little too tipsy, and he ended up dead.
Yeah.
But
He
the
was-
mystery is how.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, it's not a mystery of how. Like he clearly drowned. It's just a matter of how
Yeah.
he drowned, why he drowned.
Well, and my thing isn't even how he drowned, because you drowned by not swimming. But
I do have a list of some theories down here too.
That's
just so
fine.
you know.
But the mystery is, to me, how he got 4 miles, especially if he was drunk, because that throws in a completely different monkey wrench.
Right.
20 minutes away. Can you play that sound real quick? Can you pull it up again? I just want to, I'm sorry for everybody that's listening, but I wanted to hear it again now that the investigators said that that's the cause of death. I want to listen back to it again.
There is one thing that I think I'm picking up when I listen to it here. So I'm going to have to play the whole news thing again because I don't have just a...
That's fine.
I could not find just a clip anywhere with just like the...
Yeah.
But
I
anyway.
apologize because I'm going to go silent here because I'm going to try to really listen in.
Yeah, you should do the same, listener. Just the one of you.
Just one, not plural, not listeners.
If there's two of you together listening to it, one of you has to cover your ears.
That's right. You're going to only one.
Only
listen.
one at a time. All right, here we go.
It's a voicemail unlike anything you've ever heard before. There are 2 minutes worth of noises, bizarre ones. But very little actual talking. Authorities confirmed the disturbing middle-of-the-night call came from Henry McCabe's cell phone. It was Labor Day, September 7th at 2:28 in the morning. McCabe's worried wife heard the message.
Isn't my cell phone connected?
Minnesota Community Policing Services is a nonprofit agency and acts as a go-between with police and the Liberian community. The leader is trying to help the family make some sense of this recording.
The growls turned to high-pitched moans. So,
Like he's moaning in pain.
like moaning in pain.
The tortured grunts suddenly stop. There is silence. Then someone, either Henry or another person, says, "Stop it."
I try to picture where he was.
So that's pretty much it. So,
I don't know.
um,
I could see how, I guess, him drowning got distorted on the phone, but I don't it. It's hard for me because thinking at it from a fight or flight standpoint, kind of survival-ish way, the last thing that I'm going to do is, if I'm drowning, is try to get my cell phone out and make a phone call. You know what I mean? But I could see if he fell into the water, and again, this is all a bunch of like ifs.
Right.
But if he fell in the water and somehow managed to get his cell phone to make a call, and there's water in the microphone, and he's screaming, it could make that, like, I don't know, it almost sounds like a freaking deer or something making some weird, like,
some sort of not human sound, basically.
Right. Yeah. Aliens. People. It's aliens.
Aliens.
Done. This is the episode of... No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks for listening.
But no, like... I don't know. I guess let's get into theories and all.
Don't... Careful what you say. Because we kept having her interrupt last time. Because you almost said her name.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 of her sitting on this table right now. Be very
Right.
careful.
Right. For those of you that are listening, it was Siri that kicked in.
She's not going to do it, is she?
No, because I have to say, hey,
Gotcha.
for her to kick in.
I was going to do that with Google, but then I realized I have one sitting right there, so that
Right.
would be bad too.
Yeah.
Hey, Alexa. For anyone listening, I'm an asshole. Okay. So the first theory is basically simply he was drunk, fell into a river, drowned.
But how did he get to the river? Okay.
The gas station. I mean, he could have just got drunk and
Super saying that bullshit to the
basically,
river?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's just kind of,
When's the last time you were drunk? Because that ain't going to happen.
dude, it's not gonna happen when I'm sober.
Right. No.
So, theory number 2 is I have a couple
Aliens.
sub theories on these ones. It was aliens. He was on drugs, which, according to all of the people they talked to, they all claim that he never did drugs. But
If he was on drugs, listening to that audio, it would have to be something like bath salts or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that completely takes him out of this world, and
Yeah.
he's hallucinating.
So some people are basically theorizing that that's why he kind of got dropped off at the random gas station instead of going home, because they had suspected that he was meeting a dealer.
Somebody. Okay.
But obviously he got dropped off at the wrong gas station, so I don't know
Right.
how that,
Okay.
But yeah, so some say that he was hallucinating and thought that he was shot, which sometimes, certain things can make you believe some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he's on drugs or something, he falls on something.
Right. He just, pokes himself and just
Right. Thinks he's somewhere.
being shot or stabbed or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, his friends and family claim that he never did drugs, but no one knows why he has to be dropped off at the gas station so far away. Some people believe that he was meeting a dealer there and fell into the lake. Let's see, and fell into the lake. Yeah, so basically he went to meet the dealer there, got dropped off at the wrong gas station, kind of started walking,
Okay.
ended up falling into the river. Another one, basically same idea. He meets up with the dealer, except this time he actually meets the dealer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many drug dealers you've met in your day, but they usually don't like it when you meet them somewhere and you don't have your wallet,
Yeah.
meaning you have no money.
Right.
So one theory is basically after meeting up with a dealer and realizing he didn't have his wallet, dealer became, unhappy and essentially threw McCabe into the lake. Not necessarily attempting to kill him,
Okay.
but just like, pissed off. Here's a lesson.
Right. Pushed him in, not knowing he was drunk.
Not knowing he was that far off,
Yeah.
Another one is involve him being on drugs, except he was drugged.
Wait, say that again?
So this one involves him being on drugs, but this one unintentionally.
Okay.
Um,
Put in his drink or something?
yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, according to a user on Reddit who I did not write down the name of, which I should have. My bad.
Way to go.
Basically, according to this person, Rohypnol can cause symptoms that appear as being very, very drunk and like out of it, and it can even cause hallucinations, which would be what kind of caused him to think that he was shot and whatnot beforehand.
Okay.
So that is one that he somebody accidentally slipped Rohypnol in his drink maybe. You know, he grabbed like the wrong drink from the bar or something that was intended for, you know, someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is that he was basically the victim of a excuse me, sorry, my throat is not doing well today.
No, you're good.
Of a random robbery. Basically, you know, seeing this dude, you know, completely drunk, seemed like an easy target.
Yeah.
Had no wallet.
Easy hit.
You know, again, they got pissed off, pushed him in the river.
Okay.
You know, like, obviously they didn't do too much because, I mean, the dude was already, like, completely shit-faced. They didn't really have to do a whole lot to him to get him into the river.
Right.
Which is probably why there's no foul play.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, yeah, he was jumped by random people, you know, and didn't have a wallet, so they either push him into the lake. Whether or not to attempt to kill him is, you know, up in the air.
Yeah.
And the last one is he was targeted, he was purposely targeted for robbery. Like, basically the whole night was essentially a setup.
Okay.
Because according to another Reddit user...
Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit is kind of a useful place sometimes.
Yeah.
So, the theory goes from this Reddit user is Henry was purposely targeted for a robbery with a goal to get their hands on his immigration paperwork. Because he was a Liberian immigrant.
Right.
Apparently, using immigration papers to forge documents to steal someone's identity can fetch good money on the black market.
Good to know.
According to one source, someone only needs a little bit of time with a set of immigration papers to make a bad forgery. It wouldn't fool anyone to, like, you know, who would, you know, know what they're looking at. But it would basically be good enough to apply for, like, low-end, like, credit cards.
Okay.
Which can fetch, you know, pretty good money.
Yeah.
But obviously didn't have any of his paperwork on him.
Okay.
Because he didn't have his
wallet. Yeah.
So those are the theories that I found. And my last theory, I made up myself.
Okay, because I don't agree with any of those either. So
I don't either.
So go ahead.
My final theory, which I had to do some research to come up with this theory.
Oh, God.
He was attacked by a Wendigo.
A what?
A Wendigo.
Okay.
Which I don't really know how to explain what it is. It's essentially kind of a...
Demon dog?
Something like that. It's a... I almost want to say a mythological type creature.
Okay.
That apparently tends to... stories tend to originate around Minnesota area.
Yeah, it does. Great Lakes region.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which could explain the bizarre noises that, you know, that you heard, the growling sounds.
Those creepy.
Yeah.
Those are creepy. We'll post a photo of a Wendigo
Yeah.
on the Facebook page. So, breaking it down a little bit further. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't agree. I agree. The one I like the most is kind of a robbery, but not necessarily a robbery. So
So he was robbed, but he wasn't robbed.
Right.
Which technically would be true because they didn't have anything on him just to rob anyway.
So my theory, the one thing that's holding me up is the stop it at the end of the clip, right? And I know we didn't hear that, but if that's the case, which I'm assuming research and I just kind of did.
Yeah, so
as you were talking, I looked and it's...
Yeah, so a couple things I heard, another ones I don't think I mentioned it in here, but yeah, according to some people, it was, you could hear a person saying, stop it, and like someone else basically saying, what the fuck is going on, or what the fuck happened, or something along those lines, like,
okay,
what happened to this dude, basically.
Okay, so I've got two theories off of that. So, one, for some odd reason, and obviously we wouldn't know this, but him and Kennedy, because Johnson didn't come with him, right? It was just him and Kennedy by the sounds of it.
Yes, those two. Yeah, it was so Henry and William Kennedy. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Those two left together.
Okay.
Calvin with the guy who had his wallet went on his own.
Okay. So if for some odd reason Kennedy dropped him off and McCabe realized it was the wrong gas station, and for whatever reason McCabe got back into the car, I don't know. I haven't seen the surveillance video, so I'm just, with the facts that I have, I'm kind of spitballing here.
Right, but I imagine if that was in the surveillance footage, that would have been mentioned.
Right. But I'm saying, so if that happened and him and Kennedy got into some argument, I don't really like that theory as much as I like the theory of
The Wendigo.
Yeah, no. So the bounce check is another. So the stop it and the bounce check are the catch-all for me right now. Those are the monkey wrenches, if you may, with this case for me.
Right.
So the fact that somebody says stop it, stop it, or like you were saying, what the fuck's going on, or
Right.
And the bounce check
Mm-hmm.
tells me that McCabe probably owed some people some money. And so my theory is that he got dropped off at the gas station, the wrong one, regardless, right or wrong gas station, right?
Right.
Somebody that he owed money noticed him. So whether it be, I don't think it would be a landlord, but I don't know, maybe he's got some batshit landlord, but whether it be the landlord or something that he, owed a bet or had some debt to,
Right.
noticed him and was like, where the hell's my money,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't have his wallet on him. And so the dude got mad, whoever he owed money, and took him out to the lake by vehicle. But that's another thing is, like, I couldn't, and I'm not in great shape, but like I said, like, you would have to be a speed runner to run that amount of distance in that amount of time.
Right.
And if he was drunk or on Risperdal or whatever you said he was on, Rohypnol.
I want to see if, while you're talking, I'm going to try and, because somebody in Reddit had basically posted a map of all the places where he was supposed to be dropped off, where he was actually dropped off at.
But still, I like the theory that he can't get there on his own.
Right.
So I'm thinking somebody that he owed money to threw him in the back of the truck or vehicle, drove him out to the lake, and, I think it definitely was kind of like you said with the robbery. Like, I don't think it was an intentional thing. It was, they got out to the lake and, if you don't have my money, I'm going to, basically end your life. And then that person hit him with something, which made him think he got shot, and then he fell into the river. But the thing that is also, like, kind of concerning is the phone call came from his phone.
Right.
So that's Henry's house. That's the nightclub.
Yeah, so we have a map right
station.
now that basically somebody was awesome enough to
Make
a map. Basically, they have where his apartment was,
Yep.
where the nightclub was,
The
the gas
actual
station
gas
that he wanted to be dropped off, the actual gas station that he was dropped off at, where the body was found.
Yeah, and looking at this, like, we'll post the map too.
Yeah.
Because between the actual gas station where he got dropped off and where his body was found, he would have to get through not only a couple forests, but another lake to get to that lake if he walked on a straight angle.
Right.
And if he didn't walk in a straight angle, that would take him out of the way even further, which I don't think would be able to be done. So my theory is he owed somebody money. That person accidentally killed him by pushing him into the lake.
I actually disagree with that.
Okay.
I think it was intentional.
Okay, well,
To me, that audio clip, like, I think the call that he made.
stop it is the one that gets me.
I think that the call that he made,
Mhm.
I think it was a pocket dial.
Okay.
Because, yeah, like, he was saying he was shot, but, like, that he could have just been saying that, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, and his wife happens to pick up the phone as he pocket dials it. Because to me, with that voicemail,
Mhm.
it kind of sounds like a phone is, like, in his pocket,
Okay,
while
and that's where the wrestling
like basically
is
something is like somebody's dunking his head underwater.
coming. Or they're fight. So the voicemail could be before the drowning happened. Because if you're fighting with somebody, like, and you're like, fighting for your life at that point, like, there's some weird sounds that could come out of you. But I do agree. Like, I could see the whole water thing.
Yeah, because
But
to
I
me,
definitely
it just
think-
kind of like the screaming. It just like if you like ever watch a movie where somebody's like being drowned, like you can hear them screaming.
Yeah,
Like it sounds almost like that, but just like a bit
yeah,
distorted, and like
Right.
you don't hear like any water splashing. But if it was
Right.
like the phone was in his pocket,
yeah,
excuse me, you might not hear that.
right.
So you just kind of hear like the distorted, like from the
Okay.
pocket, all that kind of stuff. Like to me,
Yeah.
it just sounds like his head is underwater
Okay.
while he's basically screaming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Because if he's as drunk as they, made him seem to be, like with
Right.
taking his keys and his wallet,
Yeah.
he's probably not going to be doing a whole lot of actual fighting back.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I see your side.
So it was either
But-
that or a Wendigo.
Yeah. Regardless.
Maybe he was drowned by a Wendigo.
Right. Regardless, like if you owe, or if Henry McCabe owed you money, call up the show.
Yeah, we'd
Let
like
us
to.
know.
We'd like to hear from you.
Yeah.
We don't owe you money.
Yeah.
We're not gonna like out you.
No.
We just want to hear from you.
Yep. But that's my theory, is somebody that he owed money killed him.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, because it does seem like, which is kind of why I'm leaning towards like he did have something to do with drugs,
Yeah.
just because he
It
suddenly.
was just hidden from the family.
Yeah, like it seems like everything kind of like was recent.
Yeah.
Like his the money issues, the work issues.
Which, if he recently started buying drugs, then the money that he had for rent would be okay. I see it.
Which could also make your work performance decline.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
All right, we solved it, folks.
better than the police. That should be the name of our show. Just better than the police. Yeah.
B2, the police, better. No.
Better
Better.
police.
Better. Better. All right.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I got.
Okay.
Mine was a little bit shorter than yours.
That's
but
fine.
I heard that I was kind of just basically Googling like bizarre unexplained cases,
Right.
and that was one of the first ones that came up, and it had like an audio clip or a little video, and I'm like,
Ooh,
I got-
that's gonna be
is-
fun.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible,
Right.
but like this is awesome.
Terrible.
So yeah, that's about all the information I was able to get.
Okay.
But yeah, to me, in the audio clip, it sounds like his head is basically being forced underwater,
Okay.
and like because it kind of sounds like he has like that gargling sound, like
Yeah.
that you would kind of be making if you were
If you had
like
water.
yelling underwater.
Yeah. Yep. Alrighty.
So
Well, if anybody has any different theories than what we've mentioned, or knows the facts of the case, or like has different facts of the case than
if
what
you know the facts,
yeah,
you probably killed him.
yeah. So reach out to us. We'd like to hear from you. We wouldn't like to see you, but we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if I'd want to hear from you either.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna be honest. So before we go,
Yep.
we got a couple things,
Okay.
which could almost have been considered housekeeping.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
That's fine. What do you got?
Well, it's first of all the voicemail service that we've been discussing setting
Uh-huh.
up. Basically, wow, I am struggling today.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
throat just will not like.
Let go.
Yeah. Basically, is that something anybody would, have any interest in?
Right.
Kinda
like
thing.
if you wanted to just say, "Hey, how's it going?" or whatever.
We hate
We'd
you.
love to
Stop recording.
Right. We'd love to play it on the podcast and answer it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Basically, yeah, we kind of sort of want it to be kind of an open forum
Yep.
kind of thing where you can ask a question, or if you have something you want to like respond to from a previous episode, or
Yep.
anything like that. Because we were also discussing, probably, we haven't decided the number yet, but like every certain amount of episodes is going to be less formatted.
Just a kind of like the first few episodes where we just said, hey, it's pretty much the first few episodes what happened. We would be talking at work about something, and we'd be like, hey, this should be our podcast topic. And it was. And so kind of like that, when we were talking about technology taking over the world, and, you were talking about the video games being addictive, and we had that podcast, and then just the ethical dilemmas and stuff like that. So more of a topic like that, maybe every 10.
Yeah, with like 5 or 10, just kind of, we haven't really figured out a number, but just less like, because obviously we enjoy the whole true crime thing, but we do have other interests as well.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of a way to like weave that in there every so often.
Yep.
And it's also less work.
I've been thinking about on the back burner, so I know it seems silly.
Probably is.
This feeling inside. It's not one of those that I can easily hide.
God.
No, but I was thinking, and I'm going to run this by you live. For our 10th episode, I know 10 seems like a low number, but again,
I mean, for us, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we kind of were talking about it on last episode, where you hadn't done anything longer than an hour.
Basically,
we want to give you guys something to look forward to. So I was thinking about putting up a poll on our Facebook page, or just an open, just like a post that says, hey, if you have any topics, drop it in a comment, and then we put those comments in like a random generator, and just whatever randomly generates.
Right.
That's what we talk about for the 10th episode.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. That sounds,
Fun.
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 So another thing that Bran and I have been discussing is...
And by we have been discussing, this was like a text at like 10:30 last night.
You don't even know what I'm going to say.
Okay, but I'm assuming we're going that route.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably know exactly what I'm going to say. So we have actually kind of discussed part of it in the past. So we have an option to run an ad basically in the middle of our podcast.
Yes.
Which, not worth it, in my opinion.
We don't want to take away from, like, the story, being into a story, and then having to be like, and now. Yeah.
So we kind of decided we don't want to run any ads, at least, not anytime soon.
If we get famous, we might have to,
Right. That's when we actually have, like, I don't want to...
If we get to the point where we have, like, Red Bull sponsoring us or something, then I'll run those ads. But
but basically, like, my thing is we have a very small number of listeners right now, and we're well aware of that.
23.
What? 23?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's the number of plays that I saw on our last one. So.
Oh, wow. That's more than I thought. Maybe we should run the ads.
Right.
No. But basically, like, we're at a point where, like, I don't feel good about interrupting, like,
us,
our 4 people who are listening,
right,
to run an ad.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do, whether or not anyone ever uses it or not, is a different story.
Yep.
We have opened up a Patreon, which I haven't launched it yet. I'll probably be doing that soon.
So by open, you mean it's open on your computer right now?
Well, no, like, I have, like, the page and everything created. I just haven't basically clicked the launch button, actually. We only have a 1-tier setup right now. It's I think it's like a $2 a month one.
Okay.
Like, we're not going crazy with stuff.
And I think for us, what that means is, I think we could do, like, our bloopers. Like, if you guys knew as much time as it took to set up as it did to actually record this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, the, basically the blooper reel of the intro is almost as long as the actual episode.
Right. So putting that up there, and I would do, obviously we spend a lot of time together now because we work together again, we could do stuff, on lunch or whatever, like videos and stuff that we could put up there, just random stuff for you guys.
As of right now, like we don't really have any, rewards.
Right.
That's something that we will work on if it actually starts
Catching wind.
becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just basically like we do want to find a way to monetize the podcast.
Yep.
Not just because we want money.
But because we want money. No, I'm just kidding.
'Cause basically, like any money we get
Goes right back
into it.
Yep.
To upgrading kumquats.
Kumquats.
We need better kumquats to the podcast. Like upgrading equipment. Like eventually getting. There's some really nice microphones on the market. There's better mixers. I mean, I basically got like the lowest end possible stuff you can get.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't sound too bad for the.
It sounds better than what we were originally recording on. So.
So like basically upgrading equipment, microphones, mixers, maybe even like a designated recording computer someday.
Yeah.
Just like that kind of stuff, like
a studio to where we could actually video record also, like because right now like neither location is.
For those of you listening, he just completely punched his pop filter, which then smacked up right under his nose.
Yep, that felt great.
It was great to watch.
We don't have any ideal location for recording.
Yeah, basically right now we are in my apartment in my computer room on a folding table with 2 microphones set up.
Yep, that's it.
It's not ideal, but hey, it will, the whole location thing is not a top priority at the moment because it does work.
It does.
But
Eat dudes.
But basically, yeah, like the Patreon, anything that ever comes in is going to go right back into upgrading stuff. And eventually, like, we can use it to do better YouTube videos, upgrade our stream quality, that kind of stuff. Because, like, we still want to do that.
Right.
Again, it's just a matter of finding the time right now because work keeps changing things on me all the time. So with that being said, I don't think I have anything else. Do you?
Recommendations.
Oh, crap.
Because you were supposed to come up with one, and you've been hounding me all week.
You're right.
About making sure I have a recommendation, and then we sit down to record, and you're like, I don't have one.
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? I want you to go ahead and throw yours out first, then.
So, my recommendation is to be prepared for the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good recommendation.
Actually, I don't know if I talked about it in a previous podcast, but I do want to talk about it again if I have. I can't remember if I talked about it in the second episode or not. Anyway, my recommendation for all of you that are listening is a show called The Haunting of Hill House.
I don't believe you talked about this yet.
Okay. So, The Haunting of Hill House is on Netflix. So, if you have Netflix, you can watch it because it's on Netflix.
What if you don't have Netflix?
Then you screwed.
Yeah, you're right.
But The Haunting of Hill House, so it doesn't have a lot of jump scares in it. So, for people that don't like the jump scares part of horror films, that's good. It is a horror film. Basically, the general idea is, to me, it's a residual haunting that happens inside this house, and the house doesn't like it when its owners leave.
What?
And so it tries to get them back to kill them, to make them stay there forever. So it's a very, very interesting show, and how it's done. It follows this family that lived inside this house. And I don't want to get into too much detail of what happens, but yeah, that's my recommendation. So I think it's 10 episodes long. Each episode is 45 minutes. So
okay,
it's a normal person's allotted time in a day to watch Netflix.
Right.
10 hours. Shouldn't be too much.
Right, yeah. I mean, you get the whole season in one day, like most people do.
Smash it. So that's mine.
Okay.
What do you got?
So, for my recommendation, a lot of my recommendations for the foreseeable future are probably just going to be podcasts. Just because I have like a half an hour, 40-minute drive to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to a lot of podcasts on the way to and from work.
So do I.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I have one you should listen to. It's called The
Okay.
V2 Show.
Oh.
You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere podcasts are available.
I only believe in Apple Podcasts.
I use Spotify sometimes just because my computer, like if I'm on my computer, I have Spotify open, so I'll listen to a
Gotcha.
podcast there. This is a podcast that I've actually been, my sister has been recommending to me for a couple of years, and I never got around to listening to.
Okay.
And then I was playing World of Warcraft, as one does, with friends.
Okay.
And Danny, who sent us these chips,
Mm-hmm.
was, I think she was talking about another podcast that's done by the same people.
Okay.
So I finally decided to go back and listen to a podcast called My Brother, and Me.
Okay.
It's three brothers, in case you couldn't figure that out.
I thought it was two brothers and a sister, but
Nope, it's three brothers.
my bad.
Basically, it's about, I can't really give it what it's about because it's kind of just three dudes just talking about random shit,
Okay.
but it's pretty hilarious. I've only listened to like maybe 3 episodes of it though, and the 3 episodes I listened to were fantastic.
Gotcha.
They do another one, which is the one they were talking about, which I think is called The Adventure Zone,
Okay.
which is essentially the 3 guys and their dad playing D&D,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty entertaining.
Gotcha.
So, my brother, and me, and potentially The Adventure Zone, if that's the right title, which I think it is. All by the same people. Those are my recommendations for this episode.
Okay.
So,
Well, with that, again, if you have anything for us, you can reach out to Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter.
Yep, I'll try to get back on Twitter, Instagram, maybe. I don't know.
I don't really use Instagram.
What other?
Should we
Pinterest.
like Pinterest?
No, what not to do during a podcast.
Just pictures of us doing everything we're doing currently.
Right. Reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks
Yeah, any
again.
like I said, anything basically you want to say?
Yep.
To a point.
Yep.
Criticism.
Something negative is
encouragement.
better than nothing. So,
Yeah. Ideas for future episodes.
yep.
You know, if you know of some bizarre, strange cases or
Not,
whatever.
Not in your family.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny, again for the chips, because I'm probably going to smash some of those after we stop talking.
And
here.
then he's gonna eat them.
Yeah, I'm going to smash them, and then I'm going to snort them,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to go out to the woods and drown in the lake. I solved it.
So basically, what I'm hearing is Danny killed him by
Yep.
sending him chips.
Danny killed old Henry from sending him these chips.
Yeah. But yeah, she apparently sent a box of these to another one of our friends as well, and I guess his entire family just
Demolished.
basically fought over them, from my understanding, which I can see why. These are
Yeah.
delicious.
They are delicious.
And I'm not
so,
usually a big barbecue chip fan,
Yeah.
but these are actually really good.
So, all right. I think that wraps things up for the fourth
4th, I believe.
installment of the B2 show.
Yep.
Kind of the 5th, but not really because we don't talk about the first episode.
Yeah, let's just, well, it was better before you mentioned it.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, so
So
the secret first episode that we're not mentioning,
Yeah.
that we just mentioned but not
maybe
mentioning.
we'll release it on Patreon.
I don't even think we can.
I don't think we can.
I
either.
don't. So yeah, but anyone who feels like donating $2 a month to Patreon, awesome, thank you. Obviously not a requirement of anything.
Yeah.
He's moving the pop filter with his mouth like a fucking animal. So,
Wendigo.
like a Wendigo.
Dingo and the baby.
Okay.
Ralph.
What?
Meow. What?
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 I don't.
All right.
Anyway, that's
That's the end of the show, I guess.
Yeah,
Until next time.
we
next
will see
time I
you
will
in
be.
approximately 2 weeks. Next week will be all on him to do all the work.
Yeah, which
So-
I'm used to. So
Yeah.
So, alrighty. Well, thank you, everybody. And until next time, this has been another installment of the B2 Show.
I'm waving at the computer like they can see me.
Yep.
Because that's where it's recording.
I know.
But they can't see me.
They can't.
We keep looking over there, too, to, like
Right.
do an outro, but they can't see us.
We should just say bye.
Bye.
Bye.